Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. You can follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and you can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page, and you can follow me on Twitter at DGoddess27. So, listen to this. Up to 200 bodies are being stored in Baltimore in a parking garage. Now, the officials at the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner for Maryland are storing these human bodies in a Baltimore parking garage amid what they call a backlog of more than 200 autopsies awaiting completion. Now, WBAL TV 11 News first reported this on Wednesday, and they said that the state medical examiner's office's autopsy backlog has become so large that they've run out of space in their morgue and have begun using a parking garage as an overflow field morgue. I mean, this actually is even worse than when New York City in 2020 had 45 mobile morgues. Okay, this is even worse as far as I'm concerned. Now, officials have reportedly hung cardboard sheets from the ceiling to block people from seeing in. The need for the overflow space reportedly comes as a result of staffing shortages at the medical examiner's office, as well as an increase in homicide, overdose, and stupid 19 deaths. The office has lost 5 examiners since 2019, and 2 more are set to retire this year. And now they say, as the staffing shortages have happened, there has also been an increase in autopsy caseloads. That's what Ann Wagner, the senior policy analyst for the Maryland Department of Legislative Services, said. The backlog is continuing to grow daily. The Baltimore Banner reported that the autopsy backlog, in fact, could actually exceed 300 bodies by the end of this month. Patrick Morin, the president of the local chapter of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, also known as the AFSCME, told the Baltimore Banner that they're storing bodies in a cooler in a parking garage. It's a mess. Yes, it absolutely is. Now, the AFSCME's members include autopsy assistants, lab techs, and forensic investigators in the office. Local funeral directors have told the Baltimore Banner that the backlog is also worsening conditions for grieving families as the funerals have had to be postponed. Now, the state of the bodies is also a concern. As the publication reported, a body refrigerated below 40 degrees can start to show signs of decomposition after just 1 week. Dr. Victor Wheaton, Maryland's chief medical examiner, shared the concerns of families waiting for autopsies in an email obtained by the Baltimore Banner, saying that this is just kind of like playing games with people's lives. It's keeping people from having closure. Now, state lawmakers have begun to share their concerns about the backlog as well. During a budget hearing on Wednesday, state lawmakers asked what they're going to be doing and what could possibly be done about the backlog and what help they may receive from the federal government. They say the Maryland Department of Emergency Management has submitted a request for an assessment for a potential deployment of resources. And that's what the Maryland Deputy Health Secretary, Dr. Jen Lynn Chan, said, also saying that has just started. Now, Whedon also requested the help of the Disaster Mortuary Operational Response Teams, a federal disaster emergency mortuary team that has participated in federal responses to disaster and attacks like September 11, 2011, terrorist attacks. Now, the state is also trying to recruit more staff, such as pathologists, for the medical examiner's office, and they say the pathologist salaries have increased over 50% since prior to October 2020. Salaries for pathologists now range from $238,842 to $370,086 annually. This is all really crazy. I mean, can you imagine that being your family member? I mean, that's really bad. That is really bad. And my thing is, I could see if they ran out of space because they have a backlog of autopsies to perform, but they didn't have a better place where they could put these people. They didn't have a building they could use, some empty building they could use, or something like that. I mean, actually, to just put them in a parking garage and then putting up cardboard paper, hanging that from the ceiling, hoping that people don't see it, that's real crazy. So, I mean, I really feel bad for the families. Funerals being postponed, but not only that, just the thought of their loved ones in a darn garage. Really crazy. So, anyway, in other news, there was a random attack of this crazed fool running around in Albuquerque, New Mexico, just stabbing people. Now, they said he was riding on a BMX style bike. And so many of the people who were stabbed are in, critical but stable condition. And the police actually have the person in custody who's accused of doing this. What is the world coming to? I mean, all these random acts of violence, just so many crazy things happening. And so anyway, they go on to say that in a statement posted to Twitter on Sunday, the Albuquerque Police Department said officers were investigating several stabbing incidents. It said officers had identified at least 7 possible scenes stretching from the city's downtown to central areas, with at least one site in the Wyoming and Central streets. And mind you, when they say Wyoming, they're not talking about the state. They have a street there in Albuquerque, Wyoming Street. Now, during a press conference, police said officers had first responded to a report of a stabbing, and that was downtown at 11 a.m. local time. That was Sunday, according to the local NBC affiliate, KOB. Now, Albuquerque Police Department spokesperson Gilbert Gallegos said it had not yet been confirmed that the first scene was connected to the string of attacks, but the police absolutely believed that it was. Shortly after that incident, Gallegos said the police responded to a succession of other stabbing reports all across the city, with the same man believed to have been behind all of the attacks. Gallegos said the stabbings appeared to have been carried out at random. He said the suspect was reportedly seen riding a BMX-style bike and to have carried out the attacks with a large knife. Now, among the victims was someone who was attacked while enjoying a meal with their family inside of a restaurant. Another victim was someone who had just been involved in a car crash. Oh my God, this is so sad. Can you imagine sitting on the side of the road in a car crash and then some fool comes out of nowhere and starts stabbing you? Let me tell you something. With all this stuff going on, all these heinous, random attacks and acts of violence and foolishness, it just seems to me like people are taking something, or like maybe people are being given something to make them act so crazy, right? I mean, this is not normal. I know we have always had crime, but these random acts of violence just coming out of nowhere with no explanation as to why these perpetrators are doing these things, this is all starting to sound or look real suspicious, in my opinion. I don't know about you, but this is all starting to look real suspicious, like something's wrong with these people's minds, like something that they have been given is causing them to act and do crazy, psychotic, psychopathic things. I'm just saying. So anyway, all of the victims were in stable condition as of Sunday evening, according to the police. Albuquerque police have urged everyone with information or anyone with information on the incident to come forward, saying it has been a task for us to really just piece everything together since it was over a period of time and involved several different scenes. Wow, that's just real crazy. Really sad and so crazy. Okay, this stuff is starting to not make a bit of sense. Well, anyway, with that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all. And I want to thank you all once again for tuning in. Peace.